Hello, this is SP from betterpodcasting.com and the GonnaGeek.com network. And what I am doing right now is doing walkthroughs of my editing sessions with Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D, which is a podcast on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Right now, we are rewatching or watching Punisher for the first time, which is a Netflix series. And if you don't want to get spoiled on the Punisher, beware. We do talk quite a bit about it. But what I am doing right now is a walkthrough of the editing using Vegas Movie Studio 15.0 Platinum. So you get a sense on how I do the video edit. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the live chat here. And then later on, I will post this on YouTube. And you can go ahead and leave a comment down below or leave me a question at Stargate Pioneer on Twitter, or StargatePioneer@GonnaGeek.com is my email address. So we are going to go ahead and continue this editing session. I am going to actually move my face so you can see my live face up top, so it won't obscure any of these video tracks here. And what I like about Movie Studio is I can use the scroll wheel on the mouse to go in and out. And that is what I'll be doing, going in and out quite a bit here. And as you see, we have a lot to go. I have up to, what is this, 55 minutes, and I'm at 15 minutes. I'll try to get an hour in tonight and then complete this tomorrow. So if you happen to be watching this tonight and want to see more, I will be completing the edit tomorrow, and then I will be moving on into Audacity to do the audio edit later. But here we go, without further ado. Let's move on from this and let's talk about Micro, because Micro's actually getting his hands dirty and he's there in the car theft. I can't tell if that's a laugh or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the track. I'm going to go over to S for solo. And so only the tracks that are marked with solo can play. You can mark multiple tracks with solo. And we'll see what this sounds like from Lauren. Yeah. Sounds like she was just sniffling or something. Let's go back. Getting his hands dirty and he's there in... I'm not really sure what that is, but we're going to take it out. And there's two ways we could take it out. First of all, if I wanted to leave it in and potentially bring it back sometime, all I would have to do is put two splits in and then grab this gain lever and then pull it all the way down. And now it's gone. His hands dirty and he's there in the... But you know what? It's just easier for me. I'm going to go back and unsplit both of those. Actually, I will resplit the first one. And the second one, I will use one of these trim starts or trim end. In this case, I'll use the trim start. And what that does is anything that's to the left before a split or a break in the track, it will delete. Boom. There in the car theft, he's getting a van and Frank's getting a car. And later on, he's involved in the theft of the guns because it's a two-man job, or so Frank says. And how do you think that Micro's up for this?
There's a reason he should be the guy in the chair.
Yeah, he's
up for
There's
this?
a reason he should be the guy in the chair.
Do you think that Micro's up for this?
There's a reason he should...
Okay, normally what I would like to do is I would like to get away from the overtalk between two people. But in this particular case, one is trailing off and one is going up. I will allow it in this particular case just to get my thought out. Now, if I was on Audacity, I might move some things around and finish my talk before Haley starts. But because I'm editing this for video first, I'm going to go ahead and leave it in. It'll be there for the audio. I could come back at a potential later date and get to this same spot and then do solo for one track and then solo for the other. Get some FLAC out. I use FLAC of the audio for those little spots. What do they call it? They're called Ooh, make movie, save hard drive. It is called loop region. So if I could use this loop region here, I could take that out later, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. We'll see when I get to the audio edit. Micro's up for
There's
this.
a reason he should be the guy in the chair.
Yeah, he is not suited for this. He's very smart. He's very good at what he does, and he definitely does not have the stomach for this.
No, he doesn't, but we'll talk later about his actions. I mean, at least in the car theft here, he is possibly going to give some of his DNA evidence, and Frank tells him not to.
The whole time, Frank's like, "No, you don't puke. You don't puke." I'm there sitting on the couch and like, "Swallow it, swallow it."
I just want to point this out since I just pointed this out. This is another region where there's overtalk. It's actually a laugh while somebody's talking. I generally allow that. Some people will take that out, but I'm going to leave it right in. And Frank tells him not to.
The whole time, Frank's like, "No, you don't puke. You don't puke." I'm there sitting on the couch and like, "Swallow it, swallow it."
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
then they go and actually get the guns because Micro hacks into the DHS's plans on this whole hike. I was just debating that for a while. Sorry, I left it run, but I think I'm going to take what Lauren says out. Yeah. All right. So then they go and actually get the guns because, yeah, I'm going to take that out. After editing so long, you just get a feel for what should be there and what's not. I generally take affirmations out. They're not really in natural speech where somebody says yeah and then moves on. We've adopted it kind of in an improv rule where it's yes and it makes conversation go really well in the podcast, but I don't necessarily think it's how people talk normally. So I try to take those out when I can. I can't take them out at all in the video when somebody's actually talking and I can't go to another shot. But in audio, I might take that out later. Some of what I say there, actually, I might take that out later. So stay tuned for the audio edit. Yeah. All right. So then they go and actually get the guns because Micro hacks into the DHS's plans on this whole heist thing.
First, can we talk about their first attempt to get guns with Turk?
Yeah, Turk. We got Turk
always
back.
coming back.
Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take off my little affirmation there, especially since I come back with a statement later.
To get guns with Turk.
Yeah, Turk. We got Turk
always
back.
coming back.
Yeah, he's like
Turk. We got Turk
always
back.
coming back.
I don't know. I'm going to see how this sounds because I don't want to take away from what Haley is saying. Yeah,
Turk always coming back.
Yeah, he's like the other Claire. He's like the anti-Claire.
Turk in a.
I'm just going to take what she says here, the anti-Claire, out because, well, I'm going to scroll out. You will see that Haley does not generally talk as much as Lauren. So, okay, a little bit of inside baseball. I usually give Haley the nod when somebody is actually talking over her, just to give her preference when she talks, to give her more time on air, basically.
The other Claire.
I would like to see Turk in a Marvel movie. Like, just like some big criminal that gets knocked. Like,
I think I can get rid of her saying that, though. Make it a little cleaner.
A Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Just like some big criminal that gets knocked unconscious in like an opening fight scene in one of the movies.
How many times has Turk been knocked unconscious in the Marvel series so far?
Oh, that guy has to have.
Just clean up the audio a little bit. Get rid of those. Just in the Marvel series so far.
Oh, that guy has to have brain damage. I feel so bad for him.
Do you think he has brain damage just because he's a street arms dealer?
No, I think he has brain damage because he keeps getting head injuries. He keeps getting head injuries that knock him unconscious. That's
We've
super
talked
bad
before
for you.
On this podcast about how bad it is for you to be knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
This is another example where I would love to pull them apart. And if I was just doing this on Audacity, I would go ahead and pull them apart. But I'm just going to allow the overtalk here because Lauren is finishing a thought. Haley is starting a thought. And I think I can distinguish both of them as I listen.
He keeps getting head injuries that knock him unconscious. That's
We've
super
talked
bad
before
for you.
on this podcast about how bad it is for you to be knocked unconscious.
Yeah, no. And if I'm of the age where you can no longer like recover quickly from that, he is definitely of the age where you can no longer recover quickly from that. PSA, I had a concussion that resulted in post-concussion.
Sounded like Haley was saying something.
PSA, I had a concussion.
Yep, she was. And I could tell by the volume meter over here, even though there was no waveform.
From that. PSA, I had a concussion that resulted in post-concussion syndrome, and it's now incredibly bad for me to get a head injury where I get knocked unconscious. So he is definitely in bad shape.
He is, especially after all of the times he's been knocked unconscious. Listener, if you actually have been keeping tabs on how many times Turk has been knocked unconscious, let us know because we can then keep a running tally.
I feel like this has to be at least.
See, Lauren did a good thing there in that she waited. She did try to interrupt me. I was still going. So she waited until I was done, then started again. And that allowed me to take her out and for me to stay there. So this is what it sounds like. Has been knocked unconscious, let us know because we can then keep a running tally.
I feel like this has to be at least 3 or 4. But yeah, so all Frank is able to get from him is a nice pink gun that was meant for a gangster's daughter's birthday.
I like that he still took it. Like, this isn't what he came here for, but he's still going to take it.
Oh yeah, no, he needs weapons, even if it's
a single pink gun with no ammo.
You can get those at any sporting goods store. So I'm scratching my head over why this was handled on the street.
No serial number?
Or scratched off or something like yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a 22 Ruger rifle, I think. And
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I've seen that thing at Walmart before.
And
I was gonna say,
rifle, I think.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I've seen that thing at Walmart before.
I'm pretty sure, but I guess if you go through an arms dealer, you don't have to deal with the paper trail and.
So your daughter can commit felony murder.
So one of the things you have to do here is if you do an edit on the fly, which is great, the movie studio allows you to do that while the track is actually playing. In Audacity, you cannot do that. But then the cursor stays where you made the edit or wherever you've placed the cursor. Like you can place the cursor sequentially as it goes on, but it doesn't follow like it does just when you play it, and you can scan in and out and the cursor will stay in the middle. So it's love-hate relationship there, but it has worked for me, so I see why they do it.
The paper trail and.
So your daughter can commit felony murder with that and not get caught if she needs to.
Yes,
that's an important thing to keep in mind when you're buying somebody a gun as a gift.
I guess.
We are not giving advice.
No.
This is all pure speculation.
I'm just going to take my stuff all the way out.
For trail and.
So your daughter can commit felony murder with that and not get caught if she needs to. That's an important thing to keep in mind when you're buying somebody a gun as a gift.
We are not giving advice. This is all pure speculation. Do not take arms advice from a podcast.
No, well, don't be doing that stuff to begin with.
Yeah, don't go buy guns on the street, guys. Or buy guns at all.
Here's how ridiculous it is for...
on the street, guys.
Don't.
Or buy guns at all.
Here's how ridiculous it is for the Punisher to have a 22 long rifle. So first of all, it's impossible to wield around. I mean, okay, he's adept at wielding weapons and long range weapons and stuff like that, but it's a 22. So
yeah, I've shot a 22 before. I'm apparently
Two. So I'm gonna take this out. Nope. But it's a 22.
Yeah, I've shot a 22 before. I'm apparently a very good shot with one. It has like so little penetrating power.
Yeah, and that was another thing I was going to mention is
It's like you can shoot squirrels with that.
you can kill somebody with a 22, but you have to be aiming in the right spot for that to happen.
Remember when he shot somebody in Mexico from El Paso?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I'm just saying he's a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
true.
but
He's a pretty good shot. Let's see what this sounds like.
I'm just saying he's a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
true.
But
He's a pretty good shot, and it's pink.
Shot.
Yeah,
true. He's a pretty good shot. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning it up. Too much overspeak can be very annoying to a listener, and it's tough to get that specific balance. And what I've done here is I've tried to leave a little conversational flow of the overtalk, but not annoying overtalk or too much. Sometimes you just can't do it, and sometimes you can't.
I'm just saying he's a pretty good shot.
Yeah,
true. He's a pretty good shot, and it's pink. So all those things combined as this is the most ridiculous
you have a very
weapon.
visible weapon with no penetrating power.
I would love to be able to clean that up, but I can't because I have to get my complete thought out, and then Lauren is starting a complete thought. So this overtalk is going to be in here. Not my preference, but it's what we're going with. Things combined as this is the most ridiculous
you have a very
weapon.
visible weapon with no penetrating power.
And he
it's gonna
takes
be
it
very
anyway.
difficult.
Takes it, and you know that's coming back.
He's
at
gonna
some
use
point.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be very difficult.
Takes it, and you know that's coming back.
He's
at some
gonna use
point.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Chekhov's bright pink 22. He's going to use it.
Gonna leave all that in. Yeah. So that whole thing happens. He fails to get the guns, and then Micro has to find the guns, and they find out that DHS is actually pulling off a heist, or they're arresting the people that are trying
the
to
shipment that I guess presumably Turk was going to be working with, because he mentioned the Greeks, and then they mentioned the Greeks.
Well, the Greeks were the ones selling the guns, I believe. They thought Turk was the one that was going to receive them, but he's not. It's a different buyer.
Mm-hmm.
So is Turk now a informant?
He always ends up informing. I can't believe he still has contacts in the underground world.
Just get burned
this
so
guy
much.
is like the leaky sieve of the underworld.
Just get burned so much. Just get burned so much. Ugh. This is a tough one. I'm going to definitely take me out here. I'm not going to allow this overspeak. Just get burned.
Yeah, this guy is like.
Problem is, I can't surgically go in. This is the problem with Movie Studio versus Audacity. You can't go in surgically. I want to break it up before the S sound starts. And if I leave it here, I'm not sure I'm going to get the whole burn in. See what it sounds like, though. Just get burned.
Yeah, this guy is like the leaky sieve of the underworld.
It sounds a little abrupt, but it makes the conversation go a little bit better. So we're just going to go with it. Just get burned.
Yeah, this guy is like the leaky sieve of the underworld.
So this was interesting in the actual gun heist with Micro and Frank, is they jam their communications by playing really loud music.
They play Donna Summer. It's amazing.
I'm thinking to myself, DHS needs a little bit more secure communications, because for them all to be on the same, I hate ticks, personal pet peeve, it's out. Communications, because for them all to be on the same channel and no backup communication. I mean, they all have cell phones, so start calling each other.
She did. She called Sam.
It took her long enough.
Well, because she was trying to fix their communications, but she called him. I mean, it was within like 2 minutes.
All right. And it was still within time that they had, and she had no idea that the feed was being looped either. So, okay.
Yeah. The minute they start playing I Feel Love, I started just laughing.
And that's why Micro had to steal the van, was because they needed to actually create that loop. Because we don't see the van. I heard something there. That loop. Because we don't. That was on Haley's track. Should have known because I couldn't have seen it. Actually create that loop. Because we don't see the van that they took again. It's because of the low volume on her recording, right?
The van? Oh, the truck.
Yeah, that Micro took from the car theft. Micro took the van.
Oh.
And Frank took the car. So they used the van to do the loop so that they could fool the DHS.
Okay.
Boom. The DHS.
Okay.
All right. I hear that again. I know it's somewhere. So they used the van to do the loop so that they could fool the DHS.
Okay.
All right.
I missed the part that they stole a truck as well.
All right, one more time. Sometimes the adaptive noise reduction will take that stuff out and sometimes not. So we'll see if we go through it again, if it'll pop back up. And I'm guessing it's somewhere on Haley's track. So they used the van to do the loop so that they could fool the DHS.
Okay. I missed the part that they stole a truck as well.
Well, that was the whole reason Micro was there, was to drive the van out. He wasn't there to steal it. I mean, he wasn't there to fight anybody. He was just there to drive.
Gotcha.
But then I got to talk about this, guys, because this is awesome for a guy. I mean, I was on the elliptical. I saw this starting to happen, and I was like, "Oh, heck yes, this is awesome." I
thought to myself, the Fast and the Furious part of the episode.
That, or I mean, it's the whole Bullet car chase, because it was actually a classic Bullet car. You know, the Mustang, and then you had the new Mustang. So you had Mustang
always
versus
by
Mustang.
American.
Yeah. Going after each other, and it was just awesome. I was like, yeah, it was a guy moment for me, at least. I really enjoyed it, because you don't really think of Frank as a skilled race car driver or chase driver. I mean, he's a skilled everything else, but as far as a driver, you don't think of Frank as a driver, and I think he did pretty good.
Where did he learn to do that, do you think?
I'd like to think that 17-year-old Frank was street racing.
Good point.
So there is that. And also I feel obligated to point out that if you're doing convoys out in Afghanistan and in Iraq, you did learn defensive and offensive driving stuff for that. Anybody that's been out there and has been a driver, you learn that stuff when you go out there. Also, if he happened to be in like the diplomatic corps at any one time, they learn that same sort of stuff too with regular cars. So I don't know what's Frank's background, but it could have been 17-year-old Frank. It could have been Frank in the service. I don't know. But so he did that, and Dinah did pretty good too. That was pretty cool. She was like, I'm on it. And unfortunately, nobody else was following her. I don't understand why the rest of her team didn't go after her. I don't know.
Because the plot demanded
Yeah.
that
Pretty
it was
much.
a one-on-one.
When did Frank pick up the flamethrower?
I don't know. Just suddenly there was a flamethrower.
I mean, he's looking for weapons, and all of a sudden he
Maybe
has
when they
one.
stole the cars, there was a flamethrower there.
Okay, maybe.
Because plot. Did you not read the script?
Actually, no, I did not. We should start reading they have to be available now. Okay.
Yeah, there's like some sites where you can find the scripts.
So the car chase was good. I was unexpectedly happy to see the car chase. Once again, I have not seen any of this series yet. This is my first watch through, and I believe it's the first watch through for Lauren, Michelle, and Haley. So none of us know what's going to happen. And at this point, I don't think any of us have really been spoiled, because we haven't been looking for it, and it's been almost been out a year. So it's not like out there. in social media right now. So anyway, it was a pleasant surprise. I was grateful to see it, and there you go. Lots of ticks coming out of my mouth on this one. See it, and there you go. All right. Let's move on into Frank having to help out Sarah Lieberman in order to get his guns. What did Micro think was going to happen with that interaction?
He was so he was so jealous.
I mean,
and Frank was doing it on purpose. It's like, you're gonna hold my mission hostage? Okay, I'm gonna hit on your wife. Well, and Frank was doing it on purpose. It's like, you're gonna hold my mission hostage? Okay, I'm gonna hit on your wife.
Micro sends Frank. And take that affirmation out. See what it sounds like.
Jealous.
Well, and Frank was doing it on purpose. It's like, you're gonna hold my mission hostage? Okay, I'm gonna hit on your wife.
Micro sends Frank, go take care of my wife. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to take care of your wife.
I'll take care of your wife, all right.
Exactly. And
I'm here to fix the plumbing.
Exactly. And
I'm here to fix the plumbing.
Exactly.
I'm here to fix the plumbing.
Leo does a great job, though. I mean, hats off to her. With YouTube, by the way, nowadays, you can fix just about anything. So
I fixed a Keurig and a toilet with YouTube.
I fixed my garbage.
I think Lauren needs to come out of that. Just about anything. So
I fixed a Keurig and a toilet with YouTube.
Oop. No, I didn't get that first split in there. All right. I think I could take out the so that I say. Just about anything. So
I fixed.
So you can fix just about anything.
I fixed a Keurig and a toilet with YouTube.
I fixed my garbage disposal twice with YouTube. It's great.
Thanks, YouTube.
Rebuilding an engine with YouTube, but that's like more complicated, so it takes a little while.
Gotta watch the videos more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like step by step, so it's not like all in one. You don't get one 20-minute video. It's like 100 20-minute videos in order to do that. And is that me? Videos in order to do that. Nope, that was Haley. It's like 100 20-minute videos in order to do that. And I thought that was interesting. They maintain communication, and Frank was like, if you need somebody, I'm available. So this interaction is going to continue. I was wondering at the beginning of the season when we went through the casting list and we went through all of the Liebermans. I'm like, why are we talking about? Because I didn't think Micro's family was going to be a part of it. Obviously, they're going to be in most of the, if not all of the episodes. So we're going to see more of this interaction as things go on. Let's talk about acting special agent in charge, Dinah Madani. You know what? I'm going to cut that off right now. I'm just getting kind of tired. I'm going to pack it in, and then I'm going to start this for tomorrow. Probably got about another half an hour to get through this segment, and probably another half an hour to get through the news, and then, I don't know, 15 minutes or so looking at it to get through the rest of it. So probably another hour and a half left of editing, and I'll probably do it in 3 chunks and then switch over to Audacity, and that'll take another couple of hours. So that's how long this is all going to take. And thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, go ahead and hit me up if you have any questions. Leave a comment down below on the video. Go to my Twitter account at Stargate Pioneer, or send me an email, stargatepioneer@gonnageek.com. Thanks, guys, and that'll be it for the night.